Hello. I am still doing the 30-day challenge. Yay! I am trying to keep this, laptop still because, sometimes my videos come out, like, all, messy because, I don't have a proper desk and chair and I need to get that. And when I do get either one of them, the videos will be more, stable or less messy. Today is the 4th day on the 30-day challenge. So, you guys asked me, what is my favorite book? Well, I don't really have a number one favorite book or only one favorite book. I usually have a bunch of favorites. I like to read. I love to read. My favorite place is in the library. And I check out books. I check out books like, books that you read, not like the books you get on and put on a Nook or an iPod. You know what I'm talking about. Hardcover, soft. Yeah, that kind of book. Here are my favorite books that I've ever read and actually have. I actually like this book. The movie is good, but the book is better. It's The 5 People You Meet in Heaven. It's about this guy, who's an old man named Maury, who dies, and he meets 5 people in heaven. The movie's good. Angelina Jolie's dad plays the main character, but I'd recommend reading the book before you watch the movie. I have both the movie and book. That's good. This book might be a little bit hard to read. It was hard for me to read. It's called Stolen Innocence. It's about this little girl who was forced to get married at age of 14, and how she left Warren Jeff's cult. She's been on TV a couple of times. She was married to her cousin because Warren Jeffs said to. And they had she had several miscarriages with that cousin. And then later she marries somebody who was from the cult that left. And they end up having kids together, and they were married in the normal Mormon church. And it talks about how the cult changed when Warren Jeff's dad died, and how Warren Jeffs got in power. And it doesn't talk about the latest things that he's in prison or anything. It's just the beginning of his getting his ass put in jail. Sicko. My friend bought me this book, and I would highly recommend it for anyone. It's called Intimate Connections. It's by David D. Burns. It's a book about dealing with your self-esteem and being lonely, and dealing with loneliness and getting self-esteem boost. It's a self-help book. It also helps romantically, but it can be very good with other relationships. I'm pretty big on self-help books. I've tried to read them. They also help me with my peer support classes and trauma. So I'd recommend Intimate Connections. You may not be into self-help books. Some people think they're kind of geeky or self-imposing. This giant book. Nick Mason has he's the coolest guy. He plays drums, he rides race cars, and he makes books. He was a member of Pink Floyd, and he's also a very famous British race car driver, I guess. I don't know. I think he's either more famous for doing both. I'm not really big on races. It's kind of like, this is a good book. I haven't really read it through, but it has good pictures. I'm a picture person. I would recommend this book for most Pink Floyd fans and for British car fans, I guess. I don't know. I don't really pay attention to cars and racing. And here's my controversial book choice. I like this book. It's about how Michelle and Jim Bob have I think they have 19 kids, and how they raise their kids. And even though I don't agree with everything that their parenting does, some of it does come to the extreme. It's good that they're teaching their kids to be good Christians and good people, and to be thrifty with your money and to give back. And because so many kids these days that just expect and want. And who doesn't like shopping at the Goodwill? Come on. I know some people think it's gross, but the Will's a cool place. You can find some really interesting things that I could never afford if I had to buy brand new. There's a lot of things I can't buy brand new because low budget. And here's another favorite book. I need to read it a little more, but it has some interesting stories. For those, I don't impose my beliefs, but I do enjoy this book. It's a good book to learn from history. It's a good philosophical book. It has some interesting stories. My favorite story is when Sarah and Abraham had kids when they were really old. I mean, I enjoy the Bible. And I guess that's what happens when you go to Catholic school for 2 years. I also love the Babysitter's Club books. I know they're like for little preteens, but they're funny and cute. And it reminds me of when I was 14, and 13 and 11 years old, and begging my dad to get my ears pierced, and begging my dad to date and stuff. It just reminds me of little kid stuff. Also, in book, I don't really have it right now, is Heaven is for Real. It's about this little boy from Nebraska, where I am from, and he has an appendicitis, and they don't really know he has appendicitis, so his appendix ruptured, and he basically died and went to heaven and came back. And he told the story about how he went to heaven and what he saw there. It's a good book. It's cute. And it was taking place in Nebraska. Only in Nebraska. Another good book that I've always loved to read. I love the Little House on the Prairie books. And I like this. The series is okay, but the book's better. But heck, Michael Landon was hot in the day. Even my stepmom agrees. So this is a video, and something I really enjoy to do, reading. You don't have to like to read, but reading was really fun. I prefer reading a good book than watching a movie or watching a TV show. It's just something that you can gets your imagination and you can think. Well, anyway, I think this is long enough for talking about books. Comment